Hey everyone, it's Rachel with Bonny Bubbles here. I'm going to share a recipe with you today. I've been hoarding it all to myself, but I figure I'm going to share it this time. I've been making this one for a while for myself because I have very, very dry skin. My face is just, it's just very hard to keep moisturized on any level. And I do deal with a little bit of psoriasis too. The flare-ups are hit and miss. So I use this soap and it's amazing. I just love how it feels. So I'm going to share it with you. This is not a tutorial at all. I'm going to give you the recipe, the percentages of my oils. There's also a bunch of additives. Now the additives, that can be used at your discretion. They don't have to be used. You can change them up, do what you want, but I'm not giving the amounts of additives. You use what you feel is best. Most people use one teaspoon to a tablespoon per pound of milks, sugars, honey, aloe vera, whatever suits your needs. So that's basically it. So I'll give you all the percentages of the oils and you can take it from there. I don't suggest this one as a beginner recipe because there's so many oils. Chances are you might not have some of these oils. And especially working with milks, if you are going to put them in with additives, not great for beginners really. I've super fatted it at 5%, the default on soap calc. And what else? I'm just doing a 2-pound batch because I just need some more for myself. I haven't sold these yet. I haven't tried selling them, so what I might do is cut up some smaller bars and maybe see if there's some of my customers that are dealing with the same issue for a face bar and have them test it out. So I'm going to see about that. And I'll run through quickly just what the oils and additives are in this batch, and then somewhere in the video I will place the recipe for the oils and the water and the lye. So we have 30% rice bran oil, 30% olive oil, pumice that is. We have coconut oil, 8%, just a little bit because you're not going to get a whole lot of bubbles with this soap. It's more creamy than anything else. You know, the more bubbles you put in there, more coconut oil, it's going to be harsher on the skin. So I just kept it quite low, just to give a little bubble. I'm very dry throat today. So that was 8% coconut oil, 7% beef tallow, 7% castor oil, 6% shea butter, 4% hemp oil, 4% sweet almond oil, and 4% argan oil. So that's basically that. I did full water because of the amount of sugars and milks I have in here. And for additives I'm using coconut milk, colloidal oatmeal, honey, aloe vera, kaolin clay, sodium lactate, and silk. Now I'm adding the sodium lactate. I'm thinking it'll help a little bit, but not too much, because this is still going to be a very soft soap, so it's going to need extra time to come out of the mold, etc. I might have to put it in the fridge because it'll tend to heat up, I'm sure, with all the sugars from the milks and honey. So that's a quick rundown, and I'll just throw everything together. I'm not putting any scent in it whatsoever, no essential oils. My face is just happier that way, it really is. As much as I love essential oils and whatnot, they just don't like my face, so I have to be careful. So this soap is for me, but I'm also sharing it with you, and I'm sure you'll like it if you're dealing with the same conditions as I am or similar. I'm talking dry skin, mature skin, or skin that gets really irritated easily. This is great. Now you can adjust the recipe with oils that suit your taste or what you have on hand, but you're going to have to run it through the soap calculator again because it's going to change the numbers quite a bit. so you don't want to screw anything up. And that's basically it. So I just have to wait until my oils, lye and all that comes to the proper temp. I'm trying to do everything in the 80s around here. And we shall be back. Okay, I'm ready to go. And again, this is not a tutorial, I'm just sharing my recipe, and hopefully you'll try it and let me know what you think of it. Also, I'm just doing a small 2-pound batch, and I'm using this little pink mold I got from Unscented. Unscented.com, I think it is. It's Jen's supply company. Anyway, yeah, Jen and Mary, I think. Anyway, trying to rely on my memory is awful. But if, you know, the sides are kind of flimsy on this one, so I just stuck it in the Essential Depot mold. If you have one, it kind of works pretty good. And just the very end, I just stuffed with some paper towel to help it. That's all I could find that would keep it in check. So it's just a small mold. Again, these are just to cut out for myself, and I'm going to share with a couple of my customers if I can find any that are looking for the same properties for their face bar as I do. Alright, I think I've gabbed enough. Yeah. And I did subtract my my liquids from my water amount. You don't want to have too much water, and then it's going to be even softer. And this soap will definitely be soft when it comes out of the mold, so you might have to wait longer than normal because there's no palm in here. There's very little coconut oil. It's mostly soft oils. The only thing in there, I think, besides the coconut that would harden it somewhat is the beef tallow and shea butter, and they're not very large amounts. So that is all. Oops, I forgot my glasses. Just a second ago. And the soak's in my water. Here's all my additives all in here. I did stick blend them all prior to make sure everything is mixed up well. Clay is in here too. Clear oatmeal. Everybody's in the pool there. I'm going to need a lozenge for my throat. I don't know what's going on. So I just want to emulsify this. I don't want to stick blend it too much so it doesn't get too hot. It's naturally going to get that way anyway. I think that's enough. Sometimes get a partial gel. This one would actually be much better in individual molds, so you don't have the heat up issue. But these are going to be small bars I'll cut up for sharing. But my next batch, if I do end up selling them, which I probably will, they will go into individual molds. I'm just stirring this to get it a little thicker. So simple, no colorants, no fragrances, a very, very simple recipe, but oh my goodness, my face thanks me, really does. And And you know, if you do try this recipe, whether it's just for yourself or to sell, I'm sure you'll be pleased with this as well. Alright, now I'm pretty sure, where did I didn't go and grab it either. I might have made a bigger batch than that alone. So, take out a few extra molds in case I have extra, because I haven't used this mold yet from Jen. So I did a 2 pound, thinking this might be just the right amount. And I think it is. So I guess I don't need another mold. So there you go, super simple, right? And argan oil. I would have put a little bit more, but I had none left. I used up every bit I had. So you can always up the argan because that's an amazing oil, but it is expensive, so got to take that into consideration too. So I have to order some more today. And that is it. I love that. So we shall be back for the cutting, which will probably be a couple days anyway. Alright, so thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. But it might have already been mentioned in the video, so if you're not sure, listen to it again. Because I noticed a lot of people ask questions that have already been answered in the video or in a previous question. So also look in the comments, because it might have already been answered there. And again, it's not a tutorial, I'm just sharing my recipe. So if you're just beginning, check out maybe Soaping 101 channel or Brambleberry's channel. I'm trying to think, Soap Queen, right? They've got a lot of basics right there and full tutorials. Alright, we shall be back. Alright, ready to cut. Now, after I had made it, I did end up swirling, doing little swirlies on the top, just to give it a little something. But it did end up gelling a little bit, so it kind of flattened out my little swirls. You can just barely see them now, but they're there. So you can see how it gelled. But I like when it gels simply because I can take it out of the mold easier. Not quite as soft. It's cutting like butter right now. So there's not much to really see. They're all going to be the same. So again, the recipe will be attached somewhere in the video. I'm not sure where I'm going to stick it yet. And I'll run through the ingredients again. It's 30% rice bran oil, 30% olive oil pumice, coconut oil 8%, beef tallow 7%, castor oil 7%, shea butter 6%, hemp oil 4%, sweet almond 4%, argan oil 4%. And I advise you to keep your hemp oil percentages on the low side because it can make your soap go bad. I had that experience, oh gosh, a couple of years ago. I did something like 20% hemp in one of my soaps, and sure enough, about 2 months after that, it started getting mold on it and everything. So hemp oil is really nice in the soaps, but as long as you keep the percentage down, it doesn't seem to cause a problem. At least that's been my experience. So, just a little tip. As far as additives, it's coconut milk, colloidal oats, honey. We have some nice local honey here that I use. Aloe vera, kaolin clay, sodium lactate, silk. Oh yes, and yogurt. There's also yogurt. So that's everything. And I mean, you can just add whatever you want to add. There's so many possibilities. It's just I'm really happy at this stage with this soap. Not to tinker with it, you know. If it's not broke, don't fix it, even though I could add this and that. And nah, I'm not going to. The skin on my face is so fussy. So these bars, I'm going to share some with my customers once I find out who could benefit from this and give me their feedback. And go from there. I'll put some cleaned up pics at the end, as I always do. And I hope you let me know how you like it and what you did with your soap. And that'll be it, I guess. Nothing more. Until the next video, I plan on doing another batch of my coconut creme brulee soap, but it's a hot process. I'm not sure if I'm going to video it or not. I really don't know. We shall see, but I love the coconut creme brulee. Oh my gosh, it smells so good and yummy. So it's been a while since I made that one, and it's time to do it again. I must be craving creme brulee, but it's beautiful. So until the next video, everybody, thanks for watching, and I love your comments and appreciate all your subs. It's been great, so keep them coming. Bye for now.